Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Pop Collector, and it's been a while, hasn't it? Let's address the hiatus-sized elephant in the room. Yes, I was gone for 2.5 months working on this monstrosity of a video. But with that project finally put to bed and school's out, it's summer, I can finally get back to making regular content for you guys. Today we're going to be discussing what are, in my opinion, the top 10 underrated Five Nights at Freddy's characters. Yes, if this sounds familiar, back in January I made a list for what I thought were the top 10 most overrated characters, and ever since then I've gotten many requests to make an underrated list. I even ran a poll a couple days ago asking you guys which video you wanted to see next, and the overrated option got over 50% of the votes. So if you've been anticipating this video, I hope you're excited, but before we dive right in, let's clear something up. Just because a certain character is unpopular, it doesn't really necessarily mean it's underrated. Take characters like JJ or Endo01 for example. These animatronics are unpopular for a reason. They have very little screen time in the series, better counterparts, and really just aren't very prevalent in the franchise, only really relevant for like one FNAF game. So please keep that in mind, and also may I remind you, this is my list, not the right list, but my personal opinion. Apologies for the long intro, I haven't made one in quite a while, so without wasting any more time, let's jump into the top 10 underrated Five Nights at Freddy's characters. Coming in at number 10, we actually have a character from the most recent Five Nights at Freddy's game, that being Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. This particular entry in the Five Nights saga introduced many new fan-favorite characters to the franchise, such as Glamrock Freddy, Burnt Trap, and DJ Music Man. While it seems every SB character is loved and appreciated from the fanbase, one is definitely excluded, and I'll never understand why, that being the Wind-Up Music Man. This little guy patrols the vents and tries to kick you out, or he'll kill you. Not sure how Gregory is killed by a 2-inch toy, but you know, this is the same game series with magical soul juice, so you know, it isn't the most bizarre thing out there, but anyway. I really enjoyed this character's design and segments in the game, and I wish we saw him more. He's not a one-off character, he has multiple vent challenges, but it's still strange how they just use the same concept every time, nothing is really switched up at all. But he was definitely present long enough to make an impact, and even though he'll probably forever be in the shadow of DJ Music Man, hopefully this won't be the last time we see this character. Coming in at number 9, we have Dreadbear. This Frankenstein-themed Freddy Fazbear was introduced to the franchise in October of 2019. Despite the entire Halloween-themed DLC being named after Dreadbear, he's one of the least talked about elements of the entire Help Wanted game. Glitchtrap, Grim Foxy, and even the plush babies pop up in conversation much more often than Dreadbear, which is absolutely baffling to me because Dreadbear's level and his Easter eggs in the hub world are some of the most memorable parts of the DLC for me. I understand there's some massive Dreadbear stands out there, such as myself, which is why I put him towards the lower half of the list, but I still think this is a character that goes vastly unappreciated in the series. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of FNAF 2 characters on this list, and kicking us off, we have Toy Freddy. Besides the classic animatronics, the toy animatronics are definitely the most popular group of animatronics, and it's easy to see why. Toy Bonnie is vastly different than regular Bonnie, Toy Chica has the beak removing feature, Mangle is still one of the most daring, brilliant concepts in FNAF, and Toy Freddy is Freddy, but like
fatter?
I'm pretty sure because his design was so passable and safe, many fans just didn't really bat an eye at this character. That was until UCN, when Toy Freddy retired from the Night Guard killing life and became a Discord mod gamer. Like many other characters, he gained a voice in UCN, had great skins and special delivery, and still he's the least popular toy animatronic. Maybe one day that'll change. I don't really have too much to say about our next entry, that being BONNET. This pink recolored Bonbon made her debut in Sister Location Custom Night and has since had a quick cameo in UCN and DD's secret roster, and in FNAF VR she was a main antagonist in the Night Terror's Funtime Freddy level. Despite having unique mechanics and appearing in numerous games, BONNET is always in the back of fans' minds, which is why I chose her for the number 7 slot. I can't think of a character that was dealt a dirtier hand than Shadow Freddy. Shadow Freddy's Easter egg in FNAF 2 was hands down the most iconic rare screen of the entire series, and then he returned in the next installment as an integral part to the lore of FNAF 3, but after his inclusion in FNAF World in 2016, he just mysteriously vanished from the series. All 3 creative teams had multiple chances to bring Shadow Freddy back, like in UCN, VR, and AR, and they just didn't do it, and to add insult to injury, Shadow Bonnie appears in 2 of these these installments. Shadow Freddy may make his grand return one day, but as of now, it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. I may be cheating with this next entry, but whatever, it's my list. Coming in at number 5, we have the FNAF 3 Phantom animatronics. First introduced in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, this group of ghosts added a great challenge to the gameplay. They serve as a great foil to the protagonist, messing up your systems, allowing Scraptrap to inch ever closer. It allows more threats and interesting mechanics to be present while still keeping the one-on-one nature Scott was going for. Unfortunately, many of the fans didn't really seem to like the Phantoms. They weren't even included in the initial UCN roster, and in Help Wanted, they used the complete wrong models, so it's clear no one really cares about these characters, not even the developers, which is really unfortunate to me because they had so much storytelling opportunity. With the introduction of things like Remnant, them possibly being partial souls and sound illusion discs, there could have been something there, but they just never explored that. A Fazbear Fright story would have been the perfect opportunity, but it looks like that ship has sailed, so who knows when we'll see these characters again. Similar to Bonnet, I don't have that much to say about our next entry, that being FNAF 1 Chica. She's always been in the shadows of Chicas to come after, like Toy Chica, Nightmare Chica, and now Glamrock Chica. Without a doubt, the least popular of the FNAF 1 gang in the eyes of the fans and the merch. She is ultra iconic in FNAF 1, has a very memorable sequence in the Parts and Service FNAF Help Wanted level, and in AR, she has some, decent skins. Overall, I think Classic Chica is a very underrated character. It really gets under my skin when someone calls the Jacko animatronics recolors. Like, sure, yeah, I get it. In FNAF 4 Halloween Edition, Nightmare Bonnie and Nightmare Chica were given Jacko skin variants. They behaved the exact same way to a T, but I feel like ever since then, they've been able to stand on their own 2 feet as independent characters. Jack-O-Chica made the base roster in UCN and had a vital mechanic with things like the temperature, meanwhile Nightmare Chica was banished to the DD roster. Even though Jacko-Bonnie unfortunately didn't make it into UCN, he made his grand return in Curse of Dreadbear. Along with Jack-O-Chica, they had very memorable appearances in the Pirate Ride and the Danger Keep Out segments, and just a year later, in October of 2020, they both made it into FNAF AR Special Delivery before any other Nightmare animatronic. Jack-O-Chica's voice actress also reprised her role from UCN, which was a very nice surprise. I just think it's funny that the Jackos, the original reskins, have now appeared in more games than the original Nightmare Bonnie and Nightmare Chica. I really love these characters, and I think it's a shame everyone just writes them off as reskins. Coming in as runner-up for what I believe is the most underrated FNAF character, we have Balloon Boy. I've made it a point addressing this in previous videos, but I really don't understand the hate surrounding this character. Like, sure, he was kind of annoying ending your runs in FNAF 2, but he introduced the idea of humanoid animatronics in the franchise, so without him, we might have not gotten animatronics like Baby Ballora and Music Man. He also has some really cool variants in the series, like Phantom Balloon Boy and Nightmare Balloon Boy. I enjoyed his inclusion in FNAF 2, and I don't think it would have been the same game without him. In my opinion, hating this character because he's annoying is not very solid ground to stand on. Coming in at number 1, we have Scraptrap from Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Like the Phantoms or the Jackos, this obviously comes down to design. And I get it, I really do. I mean, what are those eyes? Gray ping pong balls? Not to mention the Peanut Jimmy Neutron shaped head, and also all the continuity clashes with Scott's original Springtrap. But despite what we think, this was Scott's vision, and I respect him for making a whole new model for this character. Scott could have gotten away with just tweaking the original FNAF 3 Springtrap, but he went the extra mile, and not to mention this model has just as much detail as the original did. This is still William Afton at the end of the day, and this model has its charm, and personally, if I could, I don't think I would have changed it. And with that being said, that was, in my opinion, the top 10 underrated Five Nights at Freddy's characters. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all can agree with at least some of my picks. Feel free to leave your top 10 underrated FNAF characters in the comments below. As far as my next video is concerned, I'm still completely wiped from the Fazbear Frights ranked video, so I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break next week, but don't worry, there will still be an upload. But before I let you guys go, I just really wanted to thank you again for being so supportive and appreciative on the Fazbear Frights ranked video. It's really meant a lot. The support is insane, and I just couldn't do any of this without you guys, so thank you so much. But with that being said, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.